Hello, I have a few thoughts I want to share, but before I start, I want to read this brief paragraph from a famous philosopher named James Allen. You've probably heard of him before. All right, here it goes. A man does not come to the poorhouse or the jail by the tyranny of fate or circumstance, but by the pathway of groveling thoughts and base desires. Nor does a pure-minded man fall suddenly into crime by stress of any mere external force. The criminal thought had long been secretly fostered in the heart, and the hour of opportunity revealed its gathered power. Okay, I'm going to stop there. One thing I've learned from having worked with thousands of patients and clients and everybody from kids who are 6 months old all the way to people in their 90s dealing specifically with brain problems is that many times there's sort of a track record, a yellow brick road, so to speak, that shows how this person came to be where they are. Yes, you might argue that a 6-month old child, maybe it's not because of any actions or inactions they took or did not take. But if you trace it back to what their parents were exposed to, or what their mom specifically was exposed to during pregnancy, what she did or did not do, you can see that track too. It reveals itself. It shows how they got to that point. Obviously, I'm not casting blame on anybody, but the point is this: there are many things that you may be doing or not doing that is leading you unerringly, inexorably, a long word. Anyway, unerringly towards bad health. Now, obviously, I'm more interested in brain than anything else, although I am interested in the other aspects as well. So, what we know, what we're now finding out, and I want to point out about 7 nutrients that are extremely important to protect the brain and the body by extension, but specifically to protect the brain. These are all the most, I would say, the most basic. You can't get any more basic than these nutrients. And I'm going to list them out in a minute. But they are so basic. There's almost no argument. In fact, if you do argue about it, whether you're a doctor, professor, whatever it is, if you do argue about any of them being important for daily life, then there's probably some things you're missing. And I'm saying that, and I'm trying to be very charitable as I'm saying this. So here are the 7. One, well, I'm just categorize them. 4 vitamins, 3 minerals. Vitamins are vitamin B, C, D3, and K2. Minerals are magnesium, potassium, and zinc. Extremely important for the brain. I'm going to add about 3 more, especially for seniors. And by seniors, I mean people in their 65 and above, because these are especially prone to lacking these nutrients. One, creatine. 2, melatonin. 3, a multi gut supplement. So some a supplement that has um, digestive enzymes, probiotics, and some prebiotics or fiber altogether. That's probably the simplest way to put it. So altogether, there are about 10 nutrients or supplements. You're not gonna get enough in food. Stop kidding yourself. Don't listen to anybody that says you can get this on a balanced diet. For most people, you simply cannot. Maybe you can get token amounts, but you cannot get the amounts that you need on a daily basis simply by eating a balanced diet, whatever that means. And so I go into a little detail in my some of my other presentations. But these are the 7 plus 3 that you should be taking on a daily basis to protect your brain and body. Now, a few short notes. Vitamin B is a complex of about at least 8 different vitamins. The ones that are most important to your brain are B1, B12, B9, which is folate, and maybe B5. And I'm going to emphasize B1 more than any because it seems to be the dark horse in all this talk about brain health. B1, believe it or not, is extremely important for metabolism and energy creation and energy generation in the brain. Without B1, you cannot really extract energy from proteins, fatty acid, fats, and carbohydrates. B1 is key. It is central to doing all that. Vitamin B12 It's also important for energy, and you hear about those B12 shots where people get some energy for a sustained period of time. It's also important for the creation of new brain cells. Not just the creation, now the repair and the generation of what are known as the myelin sheaths, which surround the nerve fibers. Anyway, there's more. We talk more about these things later on. I emphasize melatonin because most seniors have problems sleeping. Melatonin is a very, very, again, there's been a lot of warm fear mongering about melatonin, or you shouldn't take too much, otherwise it's going to shut down your brain's ability to produce its own. Not so. There's new research saying that you can take really high doses. I take about 30 milligrams. Let me check. Let me make sure I have that right. Yes, I take about 30 milligrams a night. Most people say you shouldn't take more than 5. Well, that's just not true. Some of my patients, I give as much as 40, 50 milligrams at night. Especially those who are dealing with severe forms of Alzheimer's disease. Melatonin is very important, not just for sleep, but also for brain protection and brain repair. I use it in kids. I give kids as much as 10 milligrams too. And these are kids with ADD, ADHD, and some forms of autism. The other ones I wanted to talk about were creatine. My goodness, how could we have missed creatine? Creatine is a brain protector. It's a rising star, especially for women who are dealing with menopausal issues, elderly people as well. It is not just a muscle building supplement. It's a brain protecting, brain enhancing supplement, and it has several other factors, even for the bones and the digestive tract as well. So I really want to encourage that. And of course, a digestive formulation. I take one myself because as we grow older, our enzymes, our digestive tract obviously gets older, and therefore it's not able to produce the enzymes and the different nutrients and chemicals it needs to not just digest the food, but absorb and assimilate the food into the body. And also, you need to protect the gut lining. So a digestive formulation helps to protect the gut lining and it helps to improve digestion and just the whole experience of extracting the right nutrients from the food. If you don't have enough enzymes, or if you don't have enough, shall we say, hydrochloric acid in your stomach, you may not be able to digest the food. And another thing, you may not be able to protect yourself from the germs and the bacteria that are in the food from getting into your bloodstream. So hydrochloric acid, stomach acid is also quite important. We go into a lot more detail in my talk called The Great Secret of Life. You'll probably find it in a video around this video somewhere. These people never tell me how it works. So thanks for listening. If you want to see the exact brands that we use, we started using these with kids, very young, fragile kids. We found them to be effective, and therefore we're just borrowing from that knowledge that we gleaned from working with kids, and we're applying that to adults. So those same nutrients supplements that worked for kids can work for adults. I use all of those exact same nutrients myself. So that said, thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to comment, ask a question, like, share this video. God bless. Take care. Bye.